What is up, my fellow adventurers? This weekend we're taking on the Massasauga Provincial Park. We're going to try and paddle around Moon Island. A little windy. It's been on my bucket list for quite some time to paddle a bit of Georgian Bay and tour around the islands. Hey, you can't park there. Super cool, and that there's no portages on this trip, so time for a hike. I know Castle and I were looking for an easy trip after doing 8 days the Sturgeon River Loop. That was a bit of a workout, but this should be pretty easy going for us for the long weekend. We got my buddy Luke joining us, who made a brief appearance on the Petawawa River video, but we were really only with them for half the trip or so, not even. Anyways, let's get on the water and have some fun. Beauty day for a paddle. Woo! Expect to be constantly dealing with wind on this trip since you are in the big open waters of Georgian Bay. The only relief you'll find is ducking in between the islands. Another thing you'll come to realize quickly on this trip is that there are boats everywhere. Constant barrage from the wake means you should probably pull your boats out of the water if you want them to be there in the morning.
Like irrelevant. I we missed that.
Getting an early start in the morning today. Well, fairly early. Pretty nice area so far. The only thing I'm going to say is way too many boats. Luke says there's some shipwrecks possibly we can go check out today, which might be kind of cool. I think we're going to have plenty of time to detour and kind of see the area, which is kind of a good plan for the trip. So far the wind's not terrible, but it seems like it's picking up and we might be in for a bit of a headwind. Could be a fun day. It is a little windy. You could honestly spend days just exploring all the nooks and crannies of the hundreds of islands in this area alone. There's something interesting around every corner. Hey, you can't park there. I'm pretty sure this was a terrible start to somebody's cottaging season. No. I was hoping I'd be able to paddle inside of it. Pardon? I was hoping I could paddle inside of it. Good. A little windy. Found the shipwreck. Cool stuff. The shipwreck is located between Braddon Island and Wreck Island and definitely worth stopping to check out. Since it's less than 10 feet under the surface, you don't even need scuba gear. Just a pair of goggles will do you. Next stop on the tour is the Wreck Island Trail, another one worth checking out. This easy 1.5 kilometer loop is filled with so many views of the expanse of Georgian Bay, it's hard not to appreciate the amount of erosion that's taken place here. For me, the highlight of the hike was looking out on the horizon line over Georgian Bay. Really made me feel like I was back on the ocean. point in time I was realizing this would be an absolute paddling paradise if it wasn't for all the boats and cottages ruining it. You could do a multi-day trip in here and never portage and have an unlimited amount of shoreline to explore. Well, that's a monstrosity. We had to stop for a quick dip before taking on the Moon Island Trail. It's a little bit more ambitious, and the temperatures were cooking us alive.
You're a goose.
You're a duckling.
I am a Ryan.
Time for a hike. There's one big maple tree. So gnarly too. Climb it, Cattell.
Okay.
Climb it!
Boost me.
The Moon Island Trail isn't as scenic as the Wreck Island Trail, but still worth checking out. You can pick up a pamphlet at the start of the hike. It'll give you a bit of a heads up on what to be on the lookout for as you're doing the hike. Some of the environments you'll be passing through, and interesting plants you might encounter, such as the ghost pipe plant, which I'd never heard of before. Are we back, Nona? They stole all our food. Okay, Nona, we're going. Nothing like the sound of a generator in the morning. Ooh, so majestic. Stay. Stay. Overall, this is definitely a worthwhile trip. Just keep in mind there's lots of big boat activity and lots of open water. Now get out there for some adventures of your own. They're waiting for you.